Hello, my name is Nathan Serwa. I am the CEO of Client Incubator, and we're a company that helps info product coaches get to their first 20K months. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create an irresistible offer, what market research you can do for the offer, and how, the methods of market research that you can conduct in your business in order to extract customer information for your market research. And finally, how to wrap all of this up into one big, beautiful offer. So we start with framing perspectives from first principles. What is a business and why does it need an offer? So within a business, there are various levers that need to be pulled all the time to keep a business running smoothly. That's marketing, sales, product, and operations. So marketing is the process of getting someone interested in your product. Sales is the process of converting leads into paying customers, and product is the process of delivering the outcome to said customers. The operations are the systems and processes and infrastructure that make the business run smoothly, efficiently, and profitably. So the reason businesses need offers is because an offer falls underneath the marketing lever of a business. An offer is simply just a promise that you give to your clients that has a desirable outcome packaged in a way that amplifies value and reduces the risk, just so the prospect can feel stupid saying no. So it's basically just a statement that you tell your client that piques their interest and makes them want to understand or buy from you. And I'm going to show you how to actually build an offer, because most coaches, when they want to build an offer, they do one of two things. They create an offer just by looking around what's in the market or what they've seen before. Then they try to sell that, basically copying and pasting it into their business like a bot. Or even worse, they'll sit and try to come up with a new angle, and everything they come up with will be stupid. And they'll probably would have just done better if they just copied from the market. And so, if you're watching this video, I want you to create an offer within a very smart way using the frameworks I show you below. So, we don't create offers directly, we let our customers create it for us, and then we iterate on it until we can capture more and more of the market. And I like to call this the insight to offer framework, where you have to build your offer based on your ICP feedback and insights. I want you to think of this like a tailor. When a tailor wants to make a custom suit, they don't just sew it and then give it to you to see if it fits. They'll first take your measurements, they'll listen to your needs, then they'll design a suit to suit you perfectly. The customer measurements in this point are the pain points, and the shape of the suit is the final product or the offer. So, what we want to do is, instead of blindly constructing our offer, going into the offer framework, you want to first analyze your market, analyze what they're talking to, analyze their pain points, analyze the outcome and the promise that they want. And then from that, you iterate and you build your offer. If you're paying attention, that means market research. Researching your market is the best way to create an $1 million offer. And the hypothesis that we can form is that your ability to create an offer that consistently captures the changing market trends is directly related to your ability to do market research on the right audience and fulfill their specific needs at the current moment. Then turn that into a quick, fast offer. So let's say, for example, you're a copywriter. You've been copywriting before, and increasingly your audience will start asking about this new opportunity, which is AI copywriting. So what you can do is that you can take AI and you can put it into your offer to build something that you can call AI copyright. So what this means is that in order to make your business bulletproof to the changing market trends, you need to develop both the skills of market research and offer creation in order to create something that is fitting for the market at the specific moment. So without wasting time, I'm going to teach you how you can do this both practically and effectively. And I'll walk you through the step by steps of how you can get this done. And we'll start off with market research. How do you conduct market research? There's a lot of info out there on market research, but I'm going to show you the most effective way in 2025 to conduct market research. And if you follow this, you cannot go wrong. So first of all, you start off by building a customer avatar. Customer avatar is basically just a single person from your audience who you are always talking to throughout all your content. In our case, we can name him Gary, you can name him Steve, you can name him Mary, anything. Then you want to analyze his demographics, where he's born, his current location, his age, his gender, right? And what you're going to do with this information is sprinkle it out all through your content, reels, and offers to make it feel more personal to the person you're talking to your ICP. So, for example, your offer could be how I went from a broke college student to making six figures a month in only 90 days. So, we take the aspect of the demographic, they're broke and they're a college student, and we put the goal. In order for you to understand, you wouldn't know that they're broke or a college student without understanding the customer avatar, or how Jacob went from a pre-diabetic 45-year-old corporate worker to the best shape in his life in only 5 months. In order to understand that your ICP is probably a corporate worker, they're between 40 to 50, and they have an existing health condition, you have to do market research on a customer avatar, you know, and you can sprinkle it out through your reels. If you're between the age of 24 or 30, this is called a call out. You can do an age call out, and then you can sell them on an offer, right? So customer avatar is key or essential in doing market research, right? Then you want to assess the gap between point A and point B. Point A being where they current at, and point B being their dream state. And you want to flesh out as much of the journey and as much of the dream state and where their current situation is. So you want to describe their current situation, what they're doing, what their daily life is. You want to describe the problem, their goal, and the step by step to get from their current situation to their dream state. You can use the form below in order to fill it out and to analyze your customer research. And once you've researched it and you have their current situation, their dream state, their goals, the problems, the step by step of how they can achieve that, once you have the customer avatar, then you can now transition into collecting this data effectively, essentially testing your hypothesis from your audience and iterate what you first came up with. So, in order to extract this information from the audience when creating a customer avatar, there are three essential methods I'll show you on how you can extract this information. The reality of this portion is that it's going to be long and grueling, but by understanding the customer and showing that you deeply understand them, they're more likely to know, like, and trust you. And that is how you can sell them on it. When people hop on a sales call, the number one thing they want to know is whether you can deeply understand their pain, whether they can be seen by you, and whether you can fix their specific problem. And so by doing customer research, you can hop on a sales call and you can solve these problems for them. If you don't do this, you'll have a horrendously unoptimized sales process and you wouldn't be able to maximize your sales, right? So the system I will teach, and another thing that they don't talk about is that when you're scaling your business, you will need your customer research or a customer to give to the team members that you hire in order for them to just be onboarded as fast as possible. So the systems I will teach you allow you to simultaneously already begin the sales process and to conduct the market research phase, and will give you the systems that you can give other members so they can understand your audience as fast as possible. So the first method of market research I'm going to show you is called the mass audience analysis method. The mass audience analysis method is basically whereby you go out and you ask your audience a bunch of questions to see what they answer, and from that you add that into your market research document. It's the easiest form. You can post it on Instagram, school, Discord, Twitter, and you basically ask them for like a product feature request, what they'd want to see in your program, and identify their pain points. What's their biggest struggle? Ask for a creator buy-in. Ask them what specifically makes you as a creator someone that they like to watch. Ask them what sort of content or how much money they've made. You can do it in the form of Instagram stories like this. And so once you've collected this data, you can just add it to the market research form that I showed you. The second method of market research is the free lead magnet method. A lead magnet is just something that solves a specific problem of the system. So that could be a system of cold outreach, how to pick the right supplier, or how to do an ab workout, just a gift. Lead magnet marketing is a gift that you promise them. And before you deliver this lead magnet, you want to ask them a bunch of questions that are related to your market research document. So how this goes is that you're gonna advertise that you're gonna give them a gift on your Instagram story or your reels. They're gonna DM you, and before you give them whatever you promised, you're gonna ask them a specific group of questions, and then afterwards you're gonna give them. whatever they ask for. And this works because a lot of people love, once people watch your stories or view your content, they love to help creators. They love to answer questions and they'd love to help you. So let's get into the questions you're going to ask them. So you're going to ask them how they got started, what's their main goal, what problems are stopping them, what would be a realistic timeline, what have they tried previously, how much do they have to invest. The third and final way is the market research called funnel. The market research called funnel is basically where you hop on sales calls with your audience, ask them a bunch of questions relating to your market research, and then after that, just take this info. I prefer this method because it's honestly the most more personal, and you can get a one-on-one with your ICP. You can understand the language that they speak, how they talk, you can understand where they live. It gives you a lot of context that just asking them on through DMs might just not help you. I love this I love this one personally, and I think that you should do it. So how you're gonna do this is that you're gonna post an Instagram story telling them that you're gonna meet them, and you offer them 10 free coaching calls. Then you're gonna make it scarce. You're gonna tell them that there are 8 spots that are already taken out, and that they can DM you this keyword to join. Right? The reason why you want to tell them that the 8 spots is to increase the scarcity, and also because you anticipate that 8 spots will already be taken out. So after they DM you the keyword, what you're going to do is that you're going to appointment set. And what that means is that you're going to qualify them before you hop on a call. You don't want to hop on a call with unqualified people. So when you ask them questions in the DMs, you're going to see who specifically can buy from you, and that's who you're going to go on a call with. So how the conversation is going to go is this: you're going to tell them that you appreciate them being interested and you only got 2 spots left. And so you're going to tell them that you're going to ask them questions to see if they're a right fit. Right? Cool. They'll respond to you something, and you start off with the basics: how old they are, how long they've been into the mechanism, how much money do they have to invest. These are basically the list of the qualified questions: their age, where they're located, every single business model they've tried. Then after that, you're going to tell them that you appreciate it, and that you're gonna tell them if they can get the spots. The reason why we do this is because psychologically you want to make them feel anxious. When people feel anxious about being picked, the higher the booking rate and the higher the shop rate will be. Then after 2 hours, you tell them that they got the spot and you're gonna see them soon. If you want to know exactly what to say word by word for this call, I'm gonna link this document below and you can access it. Right? Now, finally, after you've done your market research and after you understand your audience as much as possible, after you understand what they're willing to buy and how much money they have, you're going to come to the offer creation section, and you're going to use all that context to come together and to build out an offer. And I'm going to show you how to build out the best offer right now. I want you to think of an offer as an analogy for it could be like giving your crush a present for her birthday. Your competition is out there. They give her a trip to the Bahamas, they give her a Lamborghini, they give her a bag, you know? And you have to give not just the best gift, but also one that is packaged in the best way so that you can position yourself as the most favorable person compared to other guys, right? So, what are the elements of an offer? I want you to think of the main gift as a unique mechanism why they should choose you instead of others. It's your unique method to achieve the result. Then I want you to think about the wrapping paper, which is like the positioning of your project that's different from your competitors. Now, in order to build that, the elements are a safety net, which is a risk reversal where you take out all the risk from the buying participant, right? Such that the offer looks too good not to buy. Another element is a time frame where people buy speed instead of business results. If you give them a specific time frame to achieve the results, this clarifies it. Then you want to give them the pricing. How is your offer pricing different? Is it a pay on results basis? Is it a one-time payment? Is it a retainer offer? Then the feeling that they get, the feeling due to the outcome your customers will get. And the way you do this is by adding a polarizing effect to your offer, which is the degree to which you cater for your audience's needs and personas. Think of it as sort of being in a niche. And then the outcome, the final result and the transformation that the customer gets after buying your product. It has to be quantifiable, and the progress that leads to the final outcome should be easy and simple to track. You need the outcome that you're going to promise your client to be something tangible that they can get by the end of it. If it's a fitness offer, they have to lose 20 pounds. If it's a business offer, they have to make 10K a month. Whatever offer that you're structuring, it has to be something tangible that they can get. I want to revisit the emotion of polarization because a lot of people get this wrong. Polarization is basically how much they feel it's meant for them. So let's say you have a fitness coach that does specifically weight loss for vegans. So in this case, the vegans will be polarized because every time that they see the offer, they'll feel like it's super for them. Compared to an offer that's out there that's just like lose 20 pounds, a vegan will see that you're offering something weight loss specifically for vegans and it'll induce emotion into them. Therefore, the ultimate offer is your product, a gift packaged in a nice way, a wrapping paper, plus the feeling the customer will get from the outcome. That's like your crush crying and the transformation the customer will get, right? So, a simple offer building framework, now that you understand what an offer is, and I want to give massive credit to Tim Yun for this framework, takes up all these elements and builds it in this way. We help X specific person get Y tangible results in Z time frame with a unique mechanism, or else insert guarantee or safety net. So, in order to craft a compelling offer, you need this stuff. There are frequently asked questions about creating an offer. How do I make a unique mechanism? A lot of people love to ask this. In order to create a unique mechanism, you want to assess every single part of your business and look for the unique way that you get results and then pull out that unique way. For example, you have Brooke Hiddink who did high ticket drop shipping. Let me just show you his YouTube. Brooke Hiddink. He's a person who started high ticket drop shipping. He noticed that in the space of dropshipping, there were people who were selling fidget spinners and basically low ticket products, fidget spinners, wallets, very inexpensive, low price thing. And the way that he was doing it is that he was selling ovens, $4,000 couches. He was selling expensive things, high ticket products, right? So he took up this mechanism and he found out that this is a unique way in which he does things, right? And that became his unique mechanism, high ticket drop shipping, because he was doing his drop shipping in a different way than other people. And so he created a unique mechanism out of that. So the next question that people ask is how they polarize. So when you polarize, you basically isolate a specific part of the market, and you talk to a specific group of people for their specific problems, right? And that fits in niche theory. The reason why polarization works is due to niche theory. So when you start a business, and niche theory is basically this: when you start a business, you're competing in a big market. The guy at the top, this is a fuller market. The guy at the top will be the biggest. He'll already have ads. People will know him. He'll have recognition. And so, how do you beat that person? How do you beat every single other person within your niche? Right? And how do I desaturate myself from the wider market? Because the bigger guys have the following pros, they have capital, they have brand, and they have recognition, and you can't compete with them at that level, right? But the cons is that they have a broader total addressable market. For example, Alex Hormozy has 8 million followers. Samsu like has 3 million followers. That's a huge term, right? But let's say that you have your ICP, or you niche or you polarize fat moms. You create your offer specifically for fat moms. It will mean that fat moms will gravitate more towards you because you isolate them in this specific market. You polarize them. The person that's most similar to us is the person that we trust the most and the person that we want to buy from. And so if you're able to capture a small section of the market, let's say in this case, fat moms who want to lose weight, you can capture them better than any other fitness coach will. And so you start off with fat moms, then you can go to pregnant moms, and then you can go to working women, and then you can go to old women. And finally, as you grow bigger and bigger, you can increase your term and then capture the wider market. And so that's why polarization is necessary. And that's the end of this. So far, I've taught you how to conduct market research, what to look for in market research, and then I've taught you how to create an offer using the strategies I've shown you. Now that you've created an offer, the next thing you'll need to know is how you can market this offer through the various sales channels. And if you watch my other YouTube videos, you can find this. If you found value in this video, please consider following, liking, and subscribing. I'll leave a few resources down below. I'll leave my Instagram and my Twitter. If you want more value, follow it. I'll be offering free coaching calls for the next 7 days. And if you feel that you got value from this, feel free to book a coaching call with me. It'll be me, not a setter, just me. And we'll analyze your business. And at the end of the call, we'll give you a framework that you can use to grow it.